Let's get it going.
And now we're rocking for sure.
We're back.
We're definitely back.
Episode number 3.
Uno, dos, tres.
Yeah.
Number 3. We back again. But you know, first, we always got to get our episode started out right. So before we start talking that shit,
drop that beat.
we going to drop this shit for sure. But before the beat, we got to get a bomb.
Drop that bomb.
Then we can drop that shit.
Can't bite my tongue, say what I please. Diamonds dancing up my sleeve. Dropped out school just ain't for me, but I still know my ABCs. Pills of X, got O's and P's. Catching plays, you catching Z's. Trapping out the double tree, just counted up like 40 G's. Ace of spade, let's have a toast. That's $1 million dose. Run up bands and do the most. Still breaking bread with all my folks. Jewels every time I spoke. Zaza every time I smoke. Slept on floors when I was broke. Now I give all my people hope. Food for thought, go grab a fork. VIP look like the fourth. Beat first, I jumped off the porch. We slide on ops like it's a sport. Crack infested, racks invested. Count my blessings, learn my lesson. Odds against me, God was with me. Up a mid and buy a Bentley. Chop it with you, give you gain. You just like me, you feel my pain. Chop it with you, give you gain. You just like me, you feel my pain. Ace of spade, let's have a toast. That's $1 million dose. Run up bands and do the most. Giving game to all my folks. Ace of spade, let's have a toast. That's $1 million dose. Run up bands and do the most. I'm giving game to all my folks.
Nah, if that don't get you going, I don't know what get you going.
Ace of spade, let's have it. That's
That right there?
I can do a TikTok to that.
For sure. We're going to start us a TikTok account.
Yeah, how do you add a TikTok? How do you add a music to do a TikTok? We have to look into that.
No clue.
I would definitely do a TikTok. Ace of spade, let's have a toast. That's $1 million dose.
It's just fire. It gets everything going. It don't matter what you about to do. Drive to work.
Everything just like
Sit down and vibe.
Zaza every time I smoke.
Whatever you're doing, that's going to get you going. But this episode 3, $1 million dose. We back again. Big three. And with this one we gonna name it. We gonna name it What's Going On.
What is going on?
It's been crazy.
What's going on? What's going on?
It's been so much going on in the world. It's just been crazy. It's been outrageous.
Yeah.
A lot of times we don't even know where we at if we coming or going.
Preach.
It's a lot going on. So first, we gonna introduce our lovely co-host, wife extraordinaire.
You know I do everything.
Miss
Azula.
Black Girl Magic.
Azula.
What's your name, Miss?
My name is Ty.
And where they can find you at?
You guys can follow me on Instagram, Ty Million Official, because I'm official.
Ty Million Official,
Yes.
That's what's up.
Follow me, support, and then introducing the one, the only.
Yeah, you know it. Blake the Great, or the Great Blake, whatever you want to say. And you can follow me at Real $1 Million Dose. Again, that's Real $1 Million Dose. And we here with episode 3, What's Going On?
What's going on?
And we still in February. We still rocking with February.
Black History Month.
Black History Month for sure. As you see, we got our merch lined up there. So if you want the $1 Million Dose hats, we got them in the Black History Month colors and flavors for you.
Yep.
First thing I want to get into with episode 3, I want to touch on, I know Trump was crazy with a lot of stuff he did, but on his way out, he freed a couple guys, pardoned a couple guys. Mm-hmm. Kodak Black being one of them.
Yes.
And he been all over the news, all over everything. Number one, what's so crazy is whenever a hip hop artist go to jail and come home, if they've changed in appearance or attitude or demeanor, they automatically are a clone.
Yep. I saw his pictures because I know you brought it up to me the other day, and I'm like, Kodak Black. So when I finally got to see his pictures since he's been released, he is extremely skinnier than when he went in.
Yeah.
So and then too, I don't know if like when you lose weight, your tattoos aren't as visible. Because I mean, even when he's black as hell, but he had visible tattoos. So now that he's skinny, a lot of his tattoos aren't visible. So I wonder is that why people think that they're cloned?
I don't know. I think with him, it's just his demeanor and stuff, the way he move, and they was trying to say his nose looked different, all type of little silly shit. But I just feel like when you in that environment, you locked up, and you've been gone for a little bit, you see stuff that people don't see regularly, and you move different, especially if you ain't trying to take your ass back to jail.
And then when you lose a lot of weight, your whole structure changes.
Yeah, for sure. It looked like you got a little taller.
No.
I mean, how old is Kodak?
No.
What, he in his 20s or something?
Let me look. I can look.
He might be growing. I don't know.
I think he's past that.
He might have got I mean, it be some dudes who be...
added the age. And
Check out. Anthony Davis hit a growth spurt while he was in the NBA.
But he was also 18 when he got there.
He wasn't 18 when he got to the NBA.
Yeah, he left Kentucky when he was like 18 because he was only there for a year. 18, 19.
I think he was older than that because you got to do a year.
The age, yeah. But he graduated high school, went to college, did 1 year. The average age of graduating high school is 18. Mm-hmm. You do 1 year in college, 19. You turn 19. Men don't stop growing till 21. So
I say 25.
Did that work for you?
No, I've been done. I knew I wasn't going no more. but for real though, like he I mean he didn't. I feel like his appearance changed a lot because of him losing weight. Mm-hmm. And I think because he lost weight, he looks a little taller because he looks, his neck and everything is slimmed out.
Yeah, that's true. True. Yeah.
I don't believe in all that clone shit though. They said Gucci was a clone, Boosie was a clone, now Kodak a clone. I don't believe in none of that. But I do respect if he moving different because obviously he at least now at this point he taking the right parameters not to take his ass back to jail.
I wonder if it was stipulations to his release because I know that he said that once he got out he was going to donate $1 million to charities and different things. And I know he just donated, he just donated or paid off the children's tuition for the FBI agents who were killed.
Who got killed. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I wonder if that's all just stipulations to his release, or maybe he is a changed man. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah. But I'm just curious. Like, are you just doing this because you are trying to give back to the community and be charitable and do philanthropic work, or are you just doing this to just stay out of jail?
I mean, anyway it goes, as long as he ain't getting in trouble, I don't care why he's doing it. Like,
well, because then your heart gotta be in the right place. You just can't be throwing money. Right, yes, you do.
Why?
What do you mean?
I mean, if your heart not in the right place, but it's still helping somebody out, why does it matter where your heart at?
Because a lot of people do charitable work just as a tax write off. Your heart ain't in the right place.
What does that change? So did it still help the individual that you gave the money to? So that's the main thing.
But you're doing it to help you first, not to help the other person. You're helping yourself first. Like, I'm only going to give back because I could use this as a tax write-off. Because if they didn't have to give back and they could use stuff as I don't think a lot of these celebrities would do as much charitable work as they would if they couldn't write it off on their taxes.
I don't care. Me personally, I don't care why you do it. Tax write-off, whatever. If you're doing it, that's all that matters. It don't matter what it is, what the cause behind it. If it's a tax write-off, if it's this, if it's that. If it's still helping that individual, that's all that matters. If that person is still getting that help, that's all that matters. But what is it a but? If the person is still getting helped out, what does it matter?
But if they didn't have to have a reason, like if they couldn't write it off, or if there weren't stipulations, would they still do it?
Well, yeah, but we're not talking about would they still do it. We're talking about them doing it. The
fact that he did it.
Exactly. Okay. So the fact that he did it, regardless of whatever is behind it.
Absolutely.
Hey, he helped them people out. They got what they needed. He got what he needed. Win-win. One hand washing the other one. That's how life works.
I guess so.
I mean, people wouldn't work unless they got paid. So
that's true.
Everything is done with something else of self in the background of it. So, but I'm glad to see he home. I hope he continues to move in the manner he moving right now. He been a little bit stoic, you know.
He was just in a club in Tampa celebrating the Super Bowl, and they had to rush him out of there for some altercation. I don't think he was involved in it.
Yeah,
but they did rush him out.
And I don't. Hey, that's what security for.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and just one of them things, like you just said, just move differently.
Yeah, you
and
got to move
stay
differently.
out of those situations.
The president won't get the opportunity to get hit up if security ain't getting him up out of there. So like, hey, move like the president. You the president of your company, your brand, whatever his shooter gang or whatever it's called, or sniper gang, if I'm saying that wrong, whatever it's called. He's CEO or head of it, or that's his label or whatever. You the president of that. So hey, you the breadwinner, you whatever, you feed a lot of people, you got a trickle down effect of trickle down economics of from you being at the top down to all your people that you feed, your family, your friends, whoever. Yeah, get me the hell up out of here. Something popping off, get me the hell up out of here.
Right.
So I respect that.
As
even
they
with the whole
should.
situation with the FBI, I didn't look deep into it, but I did see that he was paying off the tuition. I think it was like 2 FBI agents or 3 FBI agents.
2 FBI agents.
Yeah,
two
that
of them.
got murdered. And I mean, regardless, he did it. So it's like, hey, do your thing, keep it up. You know what I'm saying? Stay out of trouble. Make good music. Cause I mean, he got a buzz. People been writing him like crazy, couldn't wait for him to come home. Just with him being home right now, he on an all-time high. So only thing I'm gonna shout out to him is if you hear this, take this roller coaster that's shooting you forward and ride that joint.
Yeah, he's definitely a good artist. I'm excited to, well, not necessarily excited, but just the anticipation of his album, his music that's gonna come out. Definitely want to hear that and hear his new project. So, because along with people being released, their music changes.
Oh yeah.
So I'm curious to see how his music changed from when he went in to now, and changed for the better, which I think it will, because Kodak Black was definitely a good artist.
Yeah.
He's
And I
definitely a good
think
artist.
regardless of whatever situations he may have encountered, locked up or whatever, I think he's still gonna have that Project Baby style, because his background is still the same. So he's still gonna rap about. Even when he wasn't locked up, a lot of his stuff that he wrote about was still like situations of when he grew up, who he grew up with, and like the environment. Even like his songs like Institution, stuff like that, like he talking about being locked up. So I feel like nothing really changed. I think the only thing that really changed, just by me looking from the outside in, is his movements. He got that crazy ass hairstyle. Oof. But that's that Florida, Zopound.
Yeah.
He Haitian. I believe he's Haitian.
Haitian.
Yeah. So it's like that's just they stilo down there. So I ain't gonna knock it. But I seen he got some new little diamonds in his teeth or whatever. So it's, hey, do your thing. Keep it up. Just stay out. Cause for 1 minute he was like the modern day Gucci.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Gucci went to jail like every other year. And Kodak Black was going to jail every other year.
He really was. That's true.
He was the younger version of Gucci.
Yeah, he was.
It's like Gucci finally got to the point where he like, hell no. And when he went through a transformation in prison, came out, had lost all that weight, was eating healthy, fell in love, got married. Well, I think he was in love already, but ended up getting married, having another child. He moved a little different. You still see episodes of the old Gucci though, when you see him doing certain stuff. The versus battle.
I'm about to say like a versus battle.
You could tell that Gucci's still in there. You know what I'm saying? That old 1017 Brick Squad Gucci is still deep down in there. But his music is definitely different compared to back when he was making like Trap House and, Colors and like all them songs like that. That's when it was like, some of it you couldn't even understand him because he was so geek.
Yeah.
But it was fire.
But it seems like they didn't get into like real because they got in trouble. They went to jail, but a lot of the things that they went to jail for that long stint of time, they've been doing off of speculation years prior before they actually got hit with it and had to do jail time. But it seems like once they went slightly commercial is when they really got hit, got into trouble, everything started sticking, and then they really had to sit down for some time.
Yeah.
Because before, when they was doing, like you said, Gucci was doing the trap music, but then when he dropped that album, what was it? Roderick Davis versus
It was Gucci Mane versus Roderick Davis.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, Gucci Mane. So once he dropped that album, it seems like all his music after that was a little more commercialized, and then boom, Gucci get hit, go to jail for a long period of time.
But see, he was
Kodak
getting knocked before that though. It's just he was. See, the thing is, I think everything piled up on him at one time too, because he had multiple cases that was all like he pushed the chick out of moving Hummer. He had them allegations. He hit the one military person over the head in the club with a bottle. He had already beat a murder case, it was like the judge probably was sick and tired of seeing his name constantly over. And money only could get you out of so much trouble.
And I know they were all getting in, like he was getting into trouble, Kodak was getting into trouble, but it seems like when they music really hit the commercial streaming, doing features with a lot of the pop artists and stuff like that, that's when it was just like let's sit his ass down.
But see, they don't. But that's I feel like that fall on them too, because it's like, why you getting caught with guns and shit?
Right.
Like I think Kodak was coming from like Canada or somewhere, coming from across the border or either crossing the border and got knocked with a whole bunch of guns. Like, why?
And then he tried to say they were registered to him, but then he falsified documentation on the registration paperwork to get those guns.
See, I didn't look into all of that, so I don't
that's
know.
Why he ended
but
up,
it's just like,
I was reading about
dude, like if you're a convicted felon anyways, you can't register no firearm in the first place. Yeah, so it's like, dude, but you supposed to have people on your team that do that. Like, how I'm gonna feed your family if I'm locked up? Like, and if ain't nobody else gonna take the charge, why y'all even around me?
Right.
Like, if I gotta buy all these guns to protect us, and then at the end of the day, when we get hit, and ain't nobody gonna step up and say, "Hey, man, I'll take that charge." Why y'all even what?
Why are you around?
Yeah, like what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, so at the end of the day, I'm glad he home. I seen YFN Lucci just came home.
He did. Yep, I saw that too.
I definitely want to know what's gonna come of that in the near future, because he came home a little too quick.
Well, he's out on bond.
But his bond was revoked at first.
Yeah, it was.
So what changed?
He has a ankle monitor on.
Yeah, but what changed?
Who knows?
That's what I'm saying.
He snitched?
I don't know. Especially you in there for what all they was saying. Like, he was the driver in a car that was just drive-by shooting and all of that. That's a lot. I'm not going to say he's snitching. I don't know. But you came home a little fast there, buddy.
Did he snitch?
But, it's all going to come out.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's all going to come out in the future. But if you just came home or you fighting the case or whatever it may be, just keep your ass out
of trouble.
Just stay out.
Out of trouble.
Just keep it, especially when you at that level and you making that type of money. Just
especially when you have a lot of people that depend on you and rely on you, your kids, your family, everybody around you. They eat off of you, so you gotta stay out of trouble, and they have to make sure you stay out of trouble.
Right, but I mean, like everybody their own person, and I got a lot of hard headed ass friends, my damn self, that you can't tell them shit. So, regardless of whatever, people don't never want to be in that situation when you getting them calls and they asking for JPays and, you sending money and you writing and you doing all that. They appreciate all that, but on the inside, they still be hating themselves for being in that predicament. But when they come home, shit still be so messed up that they just can't bounce back all the time.
Right.
Or they don't look for the real hard work that has to go into bouncing back. And sometimes they just allow themselves to veer off in the wrong direction. But as I said before, just keep that shit up, Kodak. Pump that music out. Sign you some new artists, have them pump music out. Get that money. Take care of your family. And just stay the fuck out the way. Keep your head down, but keep your chin up at the same damn time. Walk proud, do what you got to do. Because I respect it. I respect the home. I respect the parameters of what he's moving in, but I also respect the methods of which he took. Even people look at Kodak Black like, oh, this Project Baby is wooty, 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 woo, but he was smart enough to write letters to the president and all that shit to get a pardon. So
Yeah, because he was suffering allegedly in prison, just being mistreated by the guards, and this is all allegedly based off of statements that came out by him and his lawyer. So yeah, it's good that he's home and he doesn't have to deal with that, and we stay out of trouble.
Right. And you know what? And another thing is to switch off of that is number one is February. So Black History Month, number one, I want to put in play. So all them politicians and all y'all good people sitting up high in them seats, I think that Black History Month, black people should get a pass any goddamn way.
Hello?
Like,
we still waiting our 40 acres and a mule.
If it ain't nothing crazy, like you'd have murdered somebody or rape or kidnapping or nothing crazy, like little shit, come on, man. Like,
or how about all the people that's still sitting in jail for weed charges? Like, sure. Come on, it's illegal now, so they should definitely
I just seen a dude who just came home. I think he did like 18 or 24 years or something crazy like that.
For a weed charge.
Yeah, for a weed charge. Like, what?
I think he was from Cleveland.
I don't know. I don't know if he was from Cleveland or not. I just happened to glance through the article and see it. Me personally, man, February, it should be a no-fly zone for cops to mess with people on weed, getting pulled over and you smell some weed in the car, unless they was doing something crazy as hell. But, man, come on, man. People getting locked up for weed. People getting locked up for little
open
minor
container.
shit. That open container shit, they got to chill that shit out. Because car accidents on an all-time high. Mm-hmm. That open container shit that shit dead.
Well, so this is the thing. What if they were they weren't drinking and driving, but just transporting it from one place to another?
Well, you don't get in trouble for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like, I mean, we've been in that situation.
Yeah.
When I got pulled over and I had that bottle in the trunk.
I thought they tried to charge.
What he did was he was an asshole.
Yeah.
And he grabbed my bottle and poured it all out on the side of the freeway. Mm-hmm. Even though it was in my trunk, it wasn't nowhere I could get to it. They tore my entire car up looking for whatever they thought they was gonna find in my car, just on some bullshit because I was younger. I had a nice car. He made comments. What you do? You so young. Your car better than mine.
You make more money than me.
Little petty
yes,
shit.
I do.
Yeah, like destroyed my car. And you know what's so crazy is he poured my bottle out on the side of the freeway. And as far as open container cases go, a charge, after he poured I had a whole gallon of alcohol that was left because we left a party and it was so much liquor that they never got to that bottle. So he took it and poured it out on the side of the freeway and then gave me the empty open container back.
Yep.
And said he didn't want to litter. So if I would have got pulled over again, they still could have said I had an open container in the car.
Yeah.
Like, but I was like, okay, whatever. You know, that's just a cop being a cop. He petty. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. Like, and like when he was talking shit to me, I said, I'm pretty sure you done probably went to a Christmas party or met up with some friends or wherever, and you probably took a bottle of wine or whatever it may be, or you liked the bottle of wine at your friend's house and you had some and they said, hey, you could take the rest of that home. You put it in your trunk, you leave. You're not drinking it.
Right.
You're not drunk beyond the level of being able to operate your vehicle or anything, because that wasn't a question in mind. Was I drunk or anything?
Nope.
But at the end of the day, cops is just petty. But that's just one of them situations, like, whatever.
We should definitely get a pass the entire Black History Month. So who do we talk to?
Hey, who we got to talk
who do we
to get that pass in order?
Get a petition together. Have everybody sign it and get that pass.
Because there's too many people getting in trouble for dumb shit.
Yeah.
And there's too many people getting put in situations where, especially with the court system, a lot of it is just about money.
That's all of it.
Like, if you can't pay to have an attorney or you can't pay for a bond, then you sit. And then while you sit, all type of shit happens where you have the opportunity to catch more cases while you locked up. Because you might get into an altercation or something. Now you catch another charge because somebody didn't approach you and you whooped their ass or got your ass whooped, whatever may have happened. Or you just moving in there in a certain way because you just trying to survive.
And it seemed like that's what they want to happen because then they sit you down, you can't pay the bond, and that gives them time, of course, to build their case against you. And they're waiting to get that phone call and say, oh, such and such got into a fight, he's in solitary confinement, she's in solitary confinement, whatever. And then it's like, oh, we got him. Yep. Now you really got to sit down. We're going to charge you for this, and you're going to go to court on this date. And yeah, it's a circle.
So definitely February, we got to get that Black History Month pass in.
Get it in.
We got to get that in.
Let's get it done.
You know what I'm saying? Especially all this little petty shit, you know. But number one, why people still getting locked up for little dumb shit in the middle of COVID? It's people that still getting locked up during COVID. That don't make no fucking sense. At the end of the day, it's like, what?
Money.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
But it ain't even really about money either,
I think it is.
Like, it ain't even always about money because my situation, everything was paid all, like, they still made me sit down for them days, like, during COVID.
Yeah.
So it's like.
And then you had to pay for your own time to
man,
be there.
what? They hit me with a bill when I left talking
You
about
had
pay
to
to
pay
stay.
your own.
I said pay to stay. What the fuck this was? If I could have
Incarceration.
Motherfuckers on my way out the door. They gave me a bill.
3 hot to the cop.
Man, they gave me a bill. I'm like, if you act like this was my choice to come to this motherfucker. The
like,
judge
if
sentenced me.
If I knew I had to pay for this, I would have not.
The fuck?
Would have opted out.
Yeah, like hell no. Like the judge gave me this sentence, and then y'all motherfuckers made me pay for that
like,
shit.
Oh, you thought they was gonna pay for it?
Man, listen. I was looking at it. I'm like, hold on, this is a bill. This say I owe y'all this. Why I owe y'all this? I ain't taking shit. Y'all can take these little. Number one, be them little paper ass drawers and shit they give you. I ain't wearing none of that shit no motherfucking way. Two motherfuckers to dissolve in your ass. Like, so it's just crazy, like how the system is built. And at the end of the day, man, we got to be smarter with our movements. But all the little petty shit that we get in trouble for, man, a lot of that shit should be a pass at the end of the day. February, they should be like, man, look, it's February. Take your ass home, man.
Chill. We've been oppressed for so long. Can we just chill?
Give us that good old
Let
pass.
us chill.
Because it don't make no sense for everybody. It's a lot of people too that keep getting this shit, but it with us it's always a lot different because I feel like black people be so terrified and they do go to the extremes of running and fighting and all that shit because a simple pullover for a fucking tail light can end up you getting bullets in your ass. Like on some crazy shit. Like, and it don't even have to be that way.
But like you said, black people are so scared. They don't know how to react. They don't know the proper way to handle those situations. Because before it's like getting pulled over wasn't a scary thing. Mm-hmm. And then now it's a scary thing. So it's just like.
It's always been scary for me. Fuck that.
What? Well, yeah, I'm only speaking on my experience because I was never scared, because I lived in a bubble, and, but now that I'm older, getting pulled over is like, do you say the right thing? Make sure you say the right thing. You don't know what type of attitude or demeanor the cop is going to have, and especially if you got kids. So it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. You just don't know what's going to happen.
And you know what's crazy is I can say it was scary, but I was never scared that I was going to die. That I can never say.
Yeah.
Like, you'd be scared, like, you may get your ass whooped. They may be extra and, steal your money or some little petty shit like that. Tow your car, make you walk home, drop you off in the neighborhood across town that they know you're not from. Little dumb shit like that. But it wasn't never like, oh, these motherfuckers may fucking kill me. Yeah, like that was never a fear that I had of actually dying. So let me get that clear though. Yeah. It's a different time period with that.
And then there was just one situation that I was watching, and it happened in Cleveland. A young man, it happened like in 2018. A young man, the police are called for a domestic violence dispute between a young man and his girlfriend, and he ran. He hid in the garbage can. The cop found him in a garbage can, pulled him out the garbage can by his dreads, just dragged him out of the garbage can, and then pulled the gun on him and put the gun to his head while he was on the ground, and then took his foot and put it on his neck while he called for help.
That shit crazy, man.
So the officer just got fired.
Yeah.
Like almost 3 years later, he just got fired.
And what's so wild about that is they be on like paid administrative leave and shit, sitting at home getting paid.
Yeah, that's excessive force. So
Chilling.
it's just like,
you fire me 3 years later. I'm pretty sure he had some shit set up. And you know what'd be so crazy? It'd be so set up to them where like they'll know like, well, damn, you only got 3 more years till you hit retirement.
Yeah.
Or you about to get your pension.
Right.
Or you get your full benefits
pension, yep.
and full pension. So we gonna drag this out for a couple years with internal affairs and, you know, whatever.
Yep.
And then you get your ass fired. Like, man, like that, all that shit be fucked. I just seen recently where that one cop killed himself.
Yes, I you know what? I said I was gonna sit down and watch that video that he made when I had the time to, but I was kind of scared at first to watch it because I didn't know what he was gonna say, and I don't know if I was ready to hear what he was gonna say. Right. But I said I was gonna sit down and watch it.
I started it. I didn't get a chance to finish it. But I'm definitely gonna look into that to see more of what he was saying. Basically, they were saying like he was speaking on the injustices of the justice center system and stuff like that. So
and the police force.
Yeah, absolutely. So number one, you know, everybody need to
let us
safe.
Get our pass.
But you know, black folks, stay out the way, man, until we get this goddamn pass. Stay the fuck out the way. Keep your tacos ducked. You know what I'm saying? Stay in the house. Keep y'all black asses in the house and out of trouble.
That's right.
Number one, you don't need to be nowhere because of damn COVID.
That's true.
And I be seeing the clubs packed.
Yeah.
Like it ain't no tomorrow. I just seen a video on Instagram the other day. It was a club and they put in the caption like, this is how it's supposed to be when you in the spot and it's all love. I understand it's all love, but ain't nobody have a mask on. They was shoulder to shoulder.
Did you see the Super Bowl after parties?
Oh
my gosh.
See, Florida already been a hot spot.
COVID central.
Florida already been a hot spot. So it ain't nothing new for them.
Yep.
Like,
crazy.
I was seeing people doing
Not
outrageous
mask
stuff.
In sight.
I'm talking about outrageous stuff. I was like, what the fuck? Like, outrageous.
Drinking off each other.
Man. Number one, if you grown, either you get your own bottle or you get a cup. I'm not drinking off no bottle with my bottle. No. We too damn old for that shit. To be necking off a bottle after somebody. No. If it ain't
Smoking
you and your wife or you
other.
and your girl, hell no. Hell no. That don't read no goddamn
being passed
way.
between 15 different people.
Yeah, I'm cool. If I was still smoking weed, I'd be like, man, I got my blunt right here. Like, because if we split a blunt or if we match a blunt, and people be like, yeah, we can match. Back in the day, it made sense. It was like you thought you were smoking more. But at the end of the day, if you do
Only
average,
one.
you're both still smoking a blunt.
Right.
Because it's two blunts split between two people.
Well, that was
Unless you just Hoover Deuce and you just smoking the fuck out of that bitch. And the other nigga ain't really hitting it. But nah, we ain't doing that no more. And I just want everybody, man, stay out the way. But Biden, Miss Harris.
What do we have to do?
Well, we need this pass, y'all.
We need it.
We need this pass.
Yes.
You know what's crazy? It's bad. I don't even know who our governors and mayors of Cleveland and all that shit is. So I can't even shout y'all out. But when I think about it, DeWine.
DeWine is our governor.
Yeah, DeWine and his twin sister that do the sign language.
Yeah.
We know that's your twin, DeWine. For all my listeners, look up Mike DeWine and look at his sign language interpreter. They twins and they think they playing this. We know DeWine. We know what's going on.
They do look alike.
They definitely look alike.
They favor.
They look like somebody spit them out.
What if it is his twin?
It fuck around might be.
I think we looked it up. I don't think it is.
We did look it up.
We did. That's not his twin.
It's all a lie. That's his twin.
They were separated
Look,
at birth.
hey, y'all, for real, look it up. Mike DeWine. And then look up his
interpreter.
His sign language interpreter. I'm talking about same glasses, same hairstyle, all that shit.
Everything.
And she be a woman wearing suits, don't she? She be wearing suits? I swear it's a chick, she be wearing suits.
I can't remember.
That's his twin. You ain't fooling nobody, DeWine. Either it's his twin or he they really be recording and playing it at different times, and he playing both roles. Mike DeWine, a goddamn clone. That's who the clone is. It ain't Kodak. It's DeWine.
That's funny.
That's who it is.
If it is his sister, or family member, he definitely put her on.
Oh, for sure. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Shit. Come on, sis. You know sign language? You meet the qualifications. Come on. You still learning sign language? You know enough where they can understand. We don't know if they really saying that shit right.
You hear about that one black lady
who was faking?
Yes, who was faking.
And we wouldn't know.
But she was doing it for a long time until somebody who actually knew sign language watched her was like, "What?" And she said she didn't even know anything. She was back there like
we wouldn't know. I know I wouldn't know because they be so animated with that shit. Yes. I wouldn't know. So shout out to y'all if y'all faking that shit and you get away with it. Respect to y'all because y'all doing a good ass damn job.
They must pay a lot of money because I sure probably go up there and start faking it myself. Like, you know what you want me to say?
Be like, he went fishing.
Be like, in the house.
Like, in the boat.
He walked away.
Man, listen. I take that little check. I take that. You know what? We gonna get a sign language interpreter here. So as we talking, they gonna stand right here and do that shit as we going.
Oh man, that's gonna be funny.
Hey, but you know something I did notice? That on YouTube, like with our Mama with the Million videos, closed captions we could never get. Like with the podcast videos, closed captions is available.
It is. Yep, I saw that.
And I was like, it's actually keeping up with a lot of what I say.
It is, yeah.
Some of it, it'd be like, oh, what the hell he say?
Yeah.
They'd be like, yeah, he went into his colloquialisms. We don't know what he was talking about. But some of it keep up with a lot of what I say, though.
Yeah.
But you know one thing I do want to talk about, though?
What are we talking about?
Check this out. So we talk about...
What's going on?
What's going on, right?
Okay, so what's going on?
And we talk about Kodak Black. And we talked about Black History Month pass. Now, Kodak Black got a lot of fans, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of them ain't black.
Okay.
So when you pull up at that stoplight and you see that car full of white people and they dropping every nigga in the book, do you get pissed off? Because I don't care. I'm vibing with him. What was Kodak? What was his dance? Yeah. Hey, if they in there jigging and they ain't being disrespectful, I don't care.
Yeah.
Let's give him a Black History Month. If you did something good or saved a black person this month.
If you voted for Trump, you ain't getting no pass.
Oh, no, hell no. You get no pass.
No pass.
No pass.
I have mixed feelings about it, but I am on, like, I teeter-totter between the ER and the A.
Oh, but hell yeah.
I also feel like I can't get offended because we go around dropping the nigga word all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. And I'm not saying white people, it's okay for them to do it. But at the same time, it's just like, you know, as much as respect I want them to hold towards, you know, for us, we gotta hold the same respect for ourselves.
And we don't.
And we don't. But I do teeter-totter between the ER and the A.
Well, yeah, I don't teeter-totter between the ER and the A.
I teeter-totter between, because then, like you said, it depends on the content and how it's being used.
Well, when I say I don't teeter-totter between the ER and the A, I mean that ER shit, yeah, I mean, but see, I'm different. It don't bother me because I don't give the word power to bother me.
Right.
Like, I've been in situations where people, you know, the motherfucker done pulled up on me on the side of the freeway.
Yeah.
You're a nigger. And I'm just like, my mama called me a nigger.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, but all right. If you don't get a word no juice,
right,
it don't mean shit.
So and that's the thing.
It has its history. Don't let me take
it definitely does. Yes, it definitely does. We just have to do better. We have to do better because and then, like you said, you don't give power to it. But I remember I was in college, and this was my freshman year of college. I played a basketball game, and we played in this real hick town.
Fuck around out in Kansas.
It had one stoplight. I think it was hick town, and we played, predominantly white. Not even predominantly, it's all white. I don't even think I don't think I've ever seen a black person at that school my whole 4 years. But played the team, and like the stands, and at the time I was one of two black girls that actually played on that team, on my team, my college team. And we were playing in that, we played that game, and a lot of the fans of the opposing team were calling me a nigger, and I was 17 at the time.
Right.
And I've never experienced nothing like that. I think that was the very first time somebody called me a nigger. Never experienced it ever in my life.
Wow.
And I didn't even know how to feel. Like, I was like in the middle of it. And it was like in the middle of a game. Like, I'm just like.
Ain't nobody gonna kick them out?
Nothing happened.
Right.
Nothing happened. And my other teammate, who also was a black girl, we were talking about it, and like I wanted to get so mad, but I was just like, damn, like how am I supposed to feel?
Yeah.
But then it comes with, like you said, you don't give it that power, even though it has his history. You just can't give it. But I have experience, and that was like really, that was really messed up.
And too, we haven't experienced it to the level of like some of our forefathers,
right?
Like. So never misunderstand what we saying as far as like it's definitely important, and it's definitely something where it's like, well, it shouldn't be used in a malicious manner and shit like that in the history of the word. But we didn't grow up in that time period, and I do understand my history as far as the way it was thrown around and how much the dynamic of how much it carried. To call somebody that or mean that, or what it can lead to if they felt like you was in the wrong place, or they used to call them like sundown states or sundown counties and shit like that. Like you had to be out of that spot by a certain time, shit like that. Like, so I definitely understand that, and I know the history on it. It's just that it could be because of my generation that I grew up in, just hearing it so frequently in such a loose manner, it took away the bite from the word, like, because you hear it so much. Now don't get me wrong, I'm still strong on, like, if you being racist and disrespectful, you know what I'm saying, like, you'll still fucking get your school clothes wrinkled up fucking with me. But
absolutely,
sometimes that shit though, I just like it's almost like how it's a lot of words like that people put in certain contexts that carry a lot of weight. Like, some women get really, really mad about the word bitch.
So, right. So so then that's another thing. It's just like we have to do better, because I can't say, well, I guess I can say, like, I don't want a white person to say the N-word. But at the same time, it's just like I don't want to be a hypocrite. And I'm over here dropping it, saying it, dropping it, saying it, dropping it, saying it. And I would never want our kids to say it, because we don't say it around, we don't say it around our children or anything like that.
Right.
And I don't want our kids to say it. But at the same time, it's just like you said, I don't want to hear it.
The thing is with me, though, is like, if I'm in a club or some shit like that and they playing the music and they saying it, like, number one, I'm probably not even zoned in enough to notice that they saying it.
Right.
But if I were to hear it, I mean, if they just celebrating that music and they feeling that artist and they feeling themselves, some of them consider themselves niggas.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, like, they grew up in neighborhoods where it was cool for them to drop that all the time. Like, I watch a video on World Star and it'd be some suburban neighborhood with nothing but every race but black. And they'll be fighting and you'll hear nigga 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Like, and you be like, it's not a black picture person in sight.
Yes, I remember.
So yeah. Some of them refer to themselves as that.
Yeah.
And it's like, they don't mean it disrespectfully. But at the end of the day, I feel like if it's a word that we going to stand on that we don't want to hear, it got to be collective all the way around the board.
Absolutely.
We got to stop using it.
Right. But I don't know about that bitch word, because that's a term of endearment for us sisters.
And that's the same shit.
Like,
but see, that's the same shit we say about niggas.
Like, it's so many different ways. Like, you can, even when in the text message, like, my girlfriends will know, like, it'll be like, bitch, did you let me tell you what such and such is? Or you be like, bitch.
Yeah, see,
They're like, what's the tea?
that's the same thing that people say about niggas.
I know.
Like that's the same thing that people say about niggas. So it's just all about like, at the end of the day, the power, like, cause it's the same word, regardless of like,
it is.
if you say bitch and you come in the house like, bitch, where my food? Some females be cool with that. They ain't tripping. Like, you know, they may turn around and be like, bitch, it's in the oven, you know, or whatever.
Yes,
Like, I
that
know
is
people.
true.
I know people who are in relationships
Yeah.
that drop bitch to each other like crazy. I know some people that'll come in and be like, you know, come
It's
in,
just so
hey bitch, and da
weird.
da da da. But if
know.
they
It's
be
just
like,
so
I don't like
weird.
that bitch, and then all of a sudden it's like, don't call me no bitch and don't use that word around me, and it's like, I just heard you say bitch 12 times
right, in one
on the way here.
conversation.
Like, I don't think it was no
I
other words.
know.
It might have been like bitch,
Yes.
bitch.
it's
Like,
so,
you be like,
it's so weird.
yeah. So it's
just
like, you
so
know,
weird.
words carry the power that you give 'em.
Absolutely.
That,
Don't.
you
No,
know.
so that's the thing. You just can't give them power. Just don't care. You know, don't give the words power.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I know there's a lot of people that's probably gonna be listening to this like, man, they ain't lost their motherfucking minds. Like, they crazy talking stupid like that. Do you think I'm gonna let somebody come? I respect it if you a person that stand on it and that's how you feel about it and you strong about that, stand on that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's, as we said before, that's one of your non-negotiables. Stand on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody use it around you. But then also, if one of your people, your niggas say it around you, check
Stand
'em.
on it, right?
Like, hey, bro, that word got too much history. Don't say that shit around me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, keep that shit around the board. Don't half-ass it.
You
know
have
what
to
I'm
be,
saying?
yeah, like you said, you have to be consistent.
Because
Because
if you like, certain artists just don't carry a big
vocabulary,
crowd. No, black
I
crowd.
thought you were about to say vocabulary.
Yeah, like they don't carry a big black crowd with they like Travis Scott. Like, he probably got a lot of black fans, but like, if you Lil Uzi Vert, if you go to their shows, it's a lot of white people
yeah,
and it's a lot of foreign people. It's a lot of people that's not black that's at their shows and they singing that word for word.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Juice WRLD, word for word. You know, they just enjoying the art. And at the end of the day, it's like, at some point, if it's that serious, at some point, would it change? Like, if I go to the store and I say, oh, I like that jersey, and the guy behind the counter is white, and he say, well, that's the N-word league jersey. It costs this much. Like, no, it's the Negro League jersey. That's what it is. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Like, that's the real name. That's the historic name of it. It was
Yeah.
a Negro League jersey. It's a Negro League hat. Like, should I tell him, like, hey, you can't say
that,
Negro.
right?
Say, oh, that's the jerseys that black people had to wear back in that era. Like, no, it's the Negro League. That's what it is.
And this is going to be a controversial topic for a very, very long time, because as we continue as a country, as a race, a bunch of, a race and things like that, it's just going to be a controversial topic because people feel how they feel, and nobody can take that away from you. Like, if you feel how you feel, I can't take that away from you. You can't take that away from me. And regardless if you don't agree, if people don't agree with our opinions or agree with what we're saying, that's fine.
Right.
That's okay.
Right.
But that's how we feel. And a part of how we feel is a part of our upbringing and our own experiences. So, it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, and like you said with sports, like, that was like kind of, I won't say it's the first time I ever heard it racially used, but like, that was one of some of the times that stuck out, like playing football, especially football. Like Oberlin, Ohio, playing Oberlin, playing what was they, St. John, St. Paul, St. John, whatever the name of that school
St. John,
was.
St. Paul.
Predominantly all white schools. What was the one school that was out the way? They was like blue and white.
That was St. John, St. Paul. You talking about the red one? The red and white. It was
Cuyahoga Heights.
No, it started with an L. I can't think of the name.
I forget, but some of them schools, you'll hear it getting tackled. You'll hear it in your warm ups. They'll run past you, say something ill, but you just took it out on the field. You know what I'm saying? That opportunity
And
you got.
So yeah,
if
that's
it
true.
bothered you, and I'm not saying go out there and hurt nobody or nothing like that, but that's just the way that it was. Like, okay, I heard you. Don't worry about it. If you catch that ball and you come across that middle, oh, we gonna clean your shit up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, if I catch you coming out that backfield, I'm gonna clean your shit up.
Yeah, and you can't. But see, and the things you have to redirect that anger, that energy into something different. So, like you said, y'all redirected instead of actually fighting about it. You used it in a way of, okay, we already playing football, so next time. If I get a chance to hit you, I'm going to hit you. And it'll be more of a, in regards to the sports. So you have to be able to redirect. Because honestly, a lot of people say it, a lot of white people say it just to get a reaction.
Right.
And a lot of times black people give them the reaction that they're looking for.
Yeah.
But if you don't give them the reaction that they're looking for, it hurts them more than it would hurt you.
They make themselves look like bigger fools.
Exactly.
Because they'll go from saying it to screaming it to where other people will be like, whoa.
What? Exactly. Like, you heard what I said.
Yeah, like, when you run into that Karen and you like, wow, you spaz and calm down. Like, why you so mad? Like, that gives them so less of the reaction of what they wanted out of you that it tears them up on the inside. So, like I said before, don't get us wrong. We not taking away from the word or the controversy of the word or the history of the word whatsoever. Like, I'm strong in my foundation and knowing who I am,
where we come from,
who, stuff like that. But I just don't let words. I try not to let words dictate my behavior, And if you are that uneducated or that pathetic that you got to reach to that level and try to use a word that was used to describe humans and tear them down and destruct the whole race, like, if that's how you really, like, if you really, really have to go that deep because you can't really find anything else, then I pity you.
Exactly.
Grow your vocabulary.
Yeah, you're suffering more than,
Grow your vocabulary. Like, if that's the only word that you can think of to insult me, grow your vocabulary.
Exactly.
Like,
that's
just
a really good point.
broaden your vocabulary.
Yes.
For real. Like, cause you looking real crazy. Like, it looks like you have a very, very small mind where you can't get out the words and the topics that you need to get them out. So you use words like, oh, you big boo-boo head, pee-pee fingers. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, grow your vocabulary.
Exactly.
Child. Like, so, I mean, that's just where I stand with it. But other people stand different and stand strong in that shit. Don't sway. But don't get yourself in those situations either, because, like I said, we ain't got this shit passed yet with the Black History Month pass.
Until we get our pass, do not react.
Don't be out here catching no assault charges, because they will lock your ass up with COVID.
That's right.
And don't care.
And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Oh, that's definitely on Mary Had a Little Lamb. For sure. It's definitely on that. But you know what? It's crazy because I had just seen like a video where it was a concert going and so many people was going bananas at this concert. And they was all having a good time, enjoying themselves. And I just was hearing them recite the words word for word. And then I realized like it's almost like probably 80% white people in the crowd.
Yep.
European, not African American, I can say that. Because I can't say what all they were, but they weren't African American. They weren't black.
But then too, it's like when you listen to music, because there's a lot of songs that I can recite word for word, and I don't even know what I'm saying singing. So a lot of times that they are reciting them words and not really going to the lyric sheet and seeing what they're just repeating what they hear. And if you hear something so many times, it comes repetitive. So then you just start repeating the song and feeling the beat.
Because this songs I done heard you singing, I'm like, you know what he talking about?
Exactly. And I'm like, no, right?
That's what, that's what you walking around the house singing right now.
There was this one time when I first heard Lil Baby Out the Mud. I sing that song word for word. It wasn't until we was in the car. Blake was like, do you even know what that is? And I'm like, no. And then you explained it to me.
That you was singing?
I don't even
I think he was saying something about like popped all these pills, ain't getting no sleep or something crazy. I forget what it was. Or on drugs all night, no sleep or something.
I don't know.
He was saying something.
I don't even know. But I was in the car.
I was like,
I'm like, I got it out the mud. I got
And I'm just sitting there
oh
like,
my gosh,
you know what that means,
what
right?
she's talking about.
I forget what they said. Like something I think in that song he referred to something like taking so many drugs or whatever, he ain't had no sleep or something like that. And she was just singing it, and I was like, oh, I didn't know you got down like that. Shit. Let me know something. Right,
what
like,
you mean?
Excuse me, shit. I ain't know. Shit. But for real though, like, man, don't give these words too much power, man.
Keep your power.
Exactly.
Don't give it away.
And celebrate your power.
Celebrate it.
Yeah, celebrate your power. If you want to
should
wake up in the morning and beat your chest because you walked away from a situation,
Absolutely.
walk away from it. But be comfortable knowing that you at home with your loved ones being able to celebrate that you walked away from it, because some people get gunned down.
Exactly.
When they not even in the wrong. I just watched the video when they just had that situation where they was arguing over the fucking snow.
Yeah. You have to be able to.
And he killed both of them.
You have to be able to recognize when to fight and when to not fight.
Yeah, for sure.
And how to fight. Let me say that, and how to fight. A lot of people think that in that moment when emotions are aroused and anger and all of these things are going on, it's time to fight right then and there. It's not.
Sometimes
especially when it comes to policing. And stuff. You don't gotta argue with no cop.
And I know it's hard to think of that in that moment.
Yeah, and it is. It's extremely hard to think of it in that moment. But you have to be able to try to stay as composed as possible. And, we all have to practice it. It's not an easy thing because they can say something out the way and you looking like, what?
Who the fuck you talking to?
Right.
Right.
But they looking for the reaction. You don't want to give them the power. So...
And they will bend and fold your ass up quick.
Snatch you right out the car, especially if you're in the car with your kids. So you have to be mindful of your surroundings and everything that's going on. You got all your paperwork, you got your license, your insurance, registration, everything good. Let them talk.
Even if you don't, let them talk.
Let them talk.
Man,
let them talk. Because when you fight them when you go to court.
Yeah,
Get your lawyer and then you fight them when you go to court. Because most of the time, them motherfuckers don't show up to court anyway. That shit can be thrown out. Yeah. But, you just have to learn or understand when to fight and how to fight. And it's not in that moment where you feel like you were disrespected. Because 9 times out of 10, you probably were.
Yeah.
But it ain't the time. It ain't the time.
Right. A lot of times it ain't worth it. And the way that the world is right now, it's just too much weird stuff going on all over the place. And that's not just with police, and the environment is out of whack.
It is.
The world is just out of whack. COVID has affected so many things. Like the weather don't even know what it want to do. Like it's crazy. And you know what's been really, really been peaking up a lot right now? That I've been seeing everywhere, all these damn UFO sightings.
Oh.
They've been popping up like crazy.
I remember you sent me one. I don't even know what to think about this, UFO thing, like this topic, because from like the beginning of time, they've been coming out saying UFOs, UFOs, UFOs. But then they also allegedly have been keeping it under wraps because they don't want people to know. Right. So it's just weird.
I mean, could you just imagine the hysteria? Well, number one, first thing, if they are out there, and I feel like they probably are, I ain't gonna fake. I'm just one of them type people that feel like it's something out there we don't know. Yeah. I mean, we haven't even went deep enough in the water that's on the earth to know what's all in the water, let alone in outer space. So let me holler at y'all one time. If you green, if you gray, whatever color y'all are, just know that the $1 Million Dose family are your friends.
That's right.
We don't want no smoke.
I mean, honestly, if I see you, no smoke. I'm gonna let you know I hate it here, so take me with you.
Well, no, I ain't going that far. Don't take me nowhere, so you be poking and prodding me. Ain't
no poking and prod. Listen,
they gonna experiment
right now with the year we just had and what's been going on and what is continuously going on.
You get on one of them bloop, 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 and they take you up on one of them ships. They gonna have every probe in your ass they got. They gonna be You don't know. The same thing that we gonna do if we get an alien. We gonna cut it up, dissect it, study it. All that.
But see, they're coming here. We don't know if we are going. I don't think we're going there. We probably haven't reached that far.
I said if we find an alien. Yeah. I ain't say we had to go nowhere to find it.
But Well, how are we gonna find them? We find them when they come, right?
Exactly. And
So-
we gonna do everything in the book to experience. If they come in here, why you think they come here? They ain't coming here to live.
Exactly.
They
So that's
coming
what
here
I'm
to
saying.
watch us.
Exactly.
So if they watching us, they wanna know what we doing.
Listen, we need
The
to build
same
our
thing.
technology so that we can go. Because I do believe there's life outside of this galaxy.
For sure.
I do. I believe there's life outside this galaxy because they find galaxies all the time. We just don't have the technology
get
to.
there.
Nope, to get there.
Like I said, till they find out what's in the water. What is it like? I think I could be something crazy like 60 to 80% of the water is still too deep for them to even get in, or something
Yeah.
crazy like that. I mean, we still have parts of like the Amazon that's over in Brazil and all that
Amazon
people
forest,
have never
yeah.
touched.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, you think it ain't stuff on this planet that we ain't seen
I
before?
believe it. I
That's
do
chilling.
believe it.
So I'm pretty sure it's some
Hiding
stuff
in
out there.
plain sight.
But the sightings have and I don't know if maybe because it's just technology. Now everybody has cameras where they can put stuff up. Everybody has editing software where they can make all type of fake shit. But at this point, it's starting to get crazy. I think it was a video where they showed like Brazil. And in Brazil they were driving and they had like, it was like nighttime and you could see up in the sky, and it was like two like planet shaped objects just sitting in the sky, like almost if it was like two moons just sitting out there just chilling. And I was like, what the hell? Like, could have been editing, could have been something real, could have been something odd. Because I mean, something always gets declassified that has been classified that we find out about later. No telling what information is passed on from president to president, or even crazier than that, what information isn't given to certain presidents, because they, like, I don't think if they knew something about that, they ain't telling Trump.
Yeah. Oh well, hell no.
Because
Don't
Trump
tell
would have been using that.
Trump would have tweeted.
Man.
But I know Obama did an interview right after his last presidency, after Trump had gotten into office, and in the interview they asked him about classified information of UFOs and stuff like that, or aliens real, and he didn't say no. He just said he couldn't talk about it. So
leave it to Obama to say some shit like that.
I don't know what that means, but if you don't say no, then it means something.
Sure.
So, like you said, it's a lot of information that we don't know that the government withholds from us. So,
Right.
But I do believe there is life outside of our planet, though.
I mean, just if they were to, just think, when COVID hit, you couldn't find toilet paper.
Mm-hmm.
So if they was to tell us that aliens was here, just imagine the normal essentials that people with money would go and buy up at a rate that people would no longer have.
Right.
And then that would make people who can't get these supplies in return. Because I'm going to keep it 100. If my family can't get something and it's a time in need like that going on, and my family can't get something, and I smell chicken coming from the house next door, oh, I'm in there. We getting some of that chicken. My family going to eat tonight.
Yeah, if COVID didn't teach me anything, it taught me to be prepared.
For sure.
And to this day, we are prepared. And Blake laughs at me when I go to Costco's and I have a whole wall stock of tissue and
It's
paper
funny.
towels and cleaning supplies and
'Cause at the end of
bleach
the day,
and water, because you never, like, tissue. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
He's
I
like,
don't
why
give
is
a
everybody buying up all the tissue?
Because if you got to wipe your ass, you going to wipe your
But
ass.
I
whatever
was,
you find.
and then more so I was buying it for our extended family as well, because when I was finding it, a lot of our family members didn't have tissue because
Man,
everybody brought it.
Look
so
here. Shout out to when me and her moved together and I realized how much toilet paper she uses. I say, how many butts did you wipe in the bathroom?
So I have to wrap
Yeah, look.
because listen, when I wipe, I don't want to feel nothing wet or anything.
You shouldn't.
Exactly. So that's why I wrap so much tissue.
Man, this girl.
Because I believe that if you don't wrap enough tissue, I feel like women, when they wipe themselves after they pee, they feel the pee through the tissue. I don't like that.
Look here. It'd be a Uggs worth of tissue in the toilet when she comes out after she flushed the toilet. No, yes, you do. I'll be like, what the hell?
I have to flush twice.
I'll be like, man, what is going on?
As long as I don't touch it, I don't care.
Man, so shout out to her, because I know we would need a forest worth of trees. Well, I don't know. I can't speak on that feeling because I ain't got
that feeling.
But
I'm like,
I do feel like it's something out there, and I do feel like eventually it's gonna, because I feel like anything that the government sprinkles us with slowly, they just trying to prepare and manipulate our reaction so it's not a big, oh my God. Like, I think 80% of people, if they was to say it was aliens, would be like, duh. Like, it wouldn't be like oh my,
I don't know what's real when it's on an episode of The Simpsons.
Oh, well, that's already been done, so.
I didn't see no episode of Aliens.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
They talked about aliens?
Yeah, come on.
I missed that one.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to go watch
missed a lot of them.
But it happens like.
One of the main characters on The Simpsons is an alien.
But no, what I'm saying is the episodes that are most current happens right before a lot of the stuff that happens going on in the world. Like when the COVID thing hit, like an episode had came out right before COVID hit, and then we had this whole pandemic. So
yeah, and then it's a lot of movies that come out that can be connected, because even down to I Am Legend, they're connecting that now. Like it was a widespread virus disease that was killing everybody, and then everybody got vaccinated, and then the vaccination turned people into the zombies. Like, that's why he ended up being one of the only human beings left on Earth, because I think I forget what it was. He didn't have, or his blood was immune, some shit. I forget how. Yeah, like I forget what I Am Legend, the reason why he didn't have it or whatever happened, but that's why everybody had zombied out, because they had took that vaccine and then it started eating their brains and all type of crazy shit. So who knows? We don't know what tomorrow brings. They may touch down tomorrow.
Yeah.
They may come give a visit.
I hope it's a nice welcome if that ever happens.
I mean, shit, we ain't got no choice but to get. I mean, we can't meet them hostile.
I know.
Because I feel like if they moving like that, shit, they could wipe us out easy. So
right.
I hope they got some brains. Well, not them, but I hope our government has enough brains to realize, like, okay, let's try to play fair with these individuals, because I don't think they playing around with us like that.
Absolutely.
But I think that just goes into rapping why I wanted to name this episode What's Going On.
What's going on?
Because it's a lot. And one of the things that's really, really taking storm are these challenges.
I know,
all over.
I wanted to do the Bust It challenge with you so bad, but you just
and see, that's the thing. Like, this is what okay. So the challenge is, you got the two that's rocking strong right now. You got the Bust It challenge and you got the Silhouette challenge. Now you got all these chicks going crazy with this Silhouette challenge and this Bust It challenge. All right. Now, if they dudes is cool with that, that's cool. If they men is all right with that, that's cool. This is why I'm not into it. I feel like if your girl is promoting all of that out to the streets for everybody else to see, but they don't move like that in the house for you, it ain't happening. You don't walk around and do Silhouette challenges in the house for me.
Well, I wasn't trying to do the Silhouette challenge.
Okay, I wasn't done either.
Oh.
And you don't walk around doing the Bust It challenge for me regularly.
Well,
that shit ain't happening for nobody else to see.
I just learned how to shake my ass.
Okay, that's
cool. So I was just trying to practice, and
Well,
he wasn't even on it.
Check this out.
And
While
I
you
lost the
was-
weight, so my knees don't hurt no more.
While
so
you
I
was learning,
ready.
while you was learning, you had to been practicing, and you damn sure wasn't practicing around me.
What woman don't practice in the bathroom after they get out the shower? I be all up in the mirror.
I don't know. You asked me that like I'll be in the
No,
bathroom with every woman.
I'm talking to the people.
So
but I practice because since I've had children, because before I had kids, I didn't have a butt. I was just a stick with titties. And now that I have kids, I got a little thickness going on here. So now that I have a little thickness, I, practice and get
just
my
wanna
little.
celebrate a little bit of your power.
Exactly.
For sure.
So why not practice and show you what I'm working with? I can't just come to you like, babe, look what I can do.
Yeah, you can.
And no, because then you'd be like, what? Because then you just kind of like ease it on me, or you'd be like, I look terrible, but you're like, well, yeah, you,
No.
yes, you.
See, that's the misconception. If it's something that
you will be.
okay, hold on.
You won't hurt my feelings.
I would definitely tell you if it's like your green beans. I never liked them. Didn't shy away from telling you like, I ain't fuck with them green beans. No, it's not. It's
You'd
the
be like,
same thing.
So you just say, keep practicing.
Look here. Your eggs. You be like, why you don't eat? I eat eggs. I just don't eat your eggs. I had to tell you that. Like,
But you know what?
I'm not knocking you.
But you waited a long time to tell me like I just don't eat your eggs.
Yeah, I mean, I would think it would be obvious. Like if I went out to a restaurant or something, and then I would get an egg sandwich or something, I would eat them. And then when you cook them at home, I wouldn't eat them.
Well, the when you get egg sandwiches, you eat it fried. You don't eat them scrambled. But
I
when
do.
we go out
I eat
to
'em
eat,
scrambled.
you don't eat scrambled eggs.
Well, I mean, when we go out to eat, I don't go places where I'm getting breakfast.
I'm just saying, we go to breakfast places. You
Well,
don't
we
get
went to a breakfast place.
Bob Evans.
I do get eggs. I
You
get
know-
my eggs scrambled hard with cheese, extra cheese.
When we go sit down, you never used to get scrambled eggs. You got
See,
the
she uses
scrambler.
she
No, you did get
uses-
the scrambler,
She
but
uses the word never too frequently because her never is like, come
Every
on
now
how
and
you
then.
gonna say never? See,
never know.
exactly. Number one, I'm not.
Well, I
a
say
person,
never because I don't remember. it
Number
like that.
one, I'm not a person who really eats a lot of breakfast. That's number one and that's all due because of my appetite changed when I stopped smoking weed. Like when I used to smoke weed, I ate a lot all the time.
That's true.
Shout out to me being close to 3 years weed free, and I ain't knocking nobody who
You the
do
goat.
smoke weed, you know what I'm saying? Like, I probably would have hit a blunt or two occasionally now, but I'm still fighting that good fight. But I wasn't a big breakfast eater only because of me my appetite changing. So like when I stopped smoking weed, I wasn't as hungry as I was previously. Like I used to eat a lot. And then when I stopped smoking, I stopped eating. But aside from that, we going back to these
back
challenges.
to the,
These challenges are outrageous.
I'm gonna get him. We gonna
these-
do a busted challenge, y'all.
These challenges are breaking up homes.
Really?
Oh hell!
See,
hold on.
so this is the only reason why it can break up a home, because if you're doing the busted challenge and the silhouette challenge without your mate, then that's a problem.
No. I'm talking about the other way around. If we were sitting here right now, you kept hearing that, I think my butt getting big. If you heard that go over and over and over and over and over, you'd be like, what the fuck is you watching? How many times you gonna watch that video? It's gonna create an issue.
I don't know, because I watch it over and over again.
Yeah, but it's different. You a woman. Like a woman could go and slap another woman titties and be like, oh girl, it's cool. Like if I do that shit, look, 1 year on my birthday, remember 1 year on my birthday, we was downtown and we was leaving, where was we leaving? Bar Louie or West 6 or something? And we was both geeked and we getting in the car. And this chick ran across the street and I was like, oh shit, she got her titties out? And you got so fucking mad at me when I said it. And I was just like, I'm sorry. I was just stating the obvious.
I do remember
Like,
that.
it's like, okay, I understand that you like, okay, you gonna see it.
But so what's the difference if you go to the strip club? Like, I don't understand.
You should ask yourself that.
Right, exactly. So that's why my response is the same. Like, I cannot get mad at you for sitting here and watching a busted challenge over and over again. When I watch you slap strippers' asses, I pay for lap dances for you as here, or you get lap dances. So it's just kind of like,
I know that's the hypocrisy.
Now I will get mad if you liking it or sliding in somebody's DMs. Now that
if I'm watching it over and over again, I'm liking it with my mind. I'm just not doing it.
If you sliding into somebody, but you watch porn.
Yeah, I do.
So if you like it and it's sliding somebody's DMs, then that's different. Then that's a problem. But if you just watching something over again, so I should just get mad at you. Watch porn every other damn day. I don't get mad at you for that.
I wouldn't say every other day.
Well,
It's more like an everyday thing. It was so bad to one point. Like, it was just normal conversation for me to talk to certain people. And I'm like, you don't watch porn like that? You don't know the porn stars?
So exactly. So then that's the point I'm trying to make. So I cannot say you can't. Well, you can say that.
Remember, she said this, y'all, on today's date. What time is it? Is today February?
We always
February 9th, February 10th. Now I think at this point
we always have these debates because and then I sometimes feel like I'm like, should I get mad? Does he want me to get mad? No. Like, granted, women, we have our jealousy moments. You know, that's natural.
For sure.
It's natural. We're humans.
For sure.
But at the same time, this goes back to our last episode. You have to know your partner.
And see, this is the thing, because I don't be wanting no issues. Like, if I'm going through like that, the page with the magnifying glass, that, yeah. So like, if I'm going through that and a busted challenge pops up, like, I may watch that one, and then as I'm going through, if another one pops up, I'll watch that one. But then if I keep going and more keep popping up, I'll skip past it, because I'm like, okay, now this song has played too many times, and she gonna be like, or she'll hit me with this. Like, sometimes I'll be looking at my phone and something, she'll be like, what you over there smiling at? And I'm like, damn, get about my business.
Now, why are you smiling? Like, you getting a little too happy. Because this is the same situation. We was leaving the house and we was in the car at the light. And this guy rolled. He was running. He was jogging, and he had his shirt off. And he was sweaty.
Oh, how are you about to explain? See, I ain't even seen no sweat.
He was sweaty.
Shout out to her seeing the sweat on this motherfucker.
And I was just like trying not to look, and I'm like,
we wasn't even in the same car though.
We was not. You was looking through my tinted window.
No, you ain't had tint then.
I did have tint on my Hyundai.
No, you ain't had tint then.
I was in the Hyundai.
Oh yeah,
I did have
because that's when I had my Chrysler 300.
Yes,
I just so happened to be
next to each other.
I just so happened to be pulling up, and this motherfucking Dragon Ball Z character built ass fucking muscle head ass motherfucker, extra, running down the street with his shirt off and shit, getting this little fake workout on. And I'm pulling up, and I'm like, what the fuck is this big motherfucker running down the street? And as I'm pulling up, I realize that her car is sitting there at the light. So when I pull up, I just happen to look in her car, and I don't know what happened. She just happened to look over and glance at me. At the same time, I pulled up to the light, and I just looked at her, and I was like,
I think I got caught.
And she just started laughing, and I'm like, oh, hell yeah, I seen you looking. So, okay, check this out. And we're going to get back to the challenges. We're going to get back to the silhouette challenge and the busting challenge. But, so how do you interact with the individual that you may see on a daily basis, or that you may work with, or whatever, friend you went to school with, whatever, and you know you find this motherfucker attractive? And you like, ah, shit, like, do I stop being this motherfucker's friend? Do I stop communicating? Like,
you know what? And I'll be completely honest. I don't, so like people that we went to school or I went to school with, and I've seen, you know, naturally you see somebody like, oh, he's handsome, or oh, she's pretty, or she's beautiful. But attraction, that's different. Like, I don't have like a attraction to somebody like.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
right. Well, I'm saying physically appealing. You done seen that motherfucker, you like, girl, wait till this bitch take his shirt off. I might have to keep Blake in the car.
No, I mean, I don't, you just don't. Like I said, if you don't have an attraction, it doesn't arouse anything. You just like, oh, he's handsome. Oh, I don't be like, damn, I want to have that nigga kids.
I mean,
like,
well, Jesus Christ, I hope you wouldn't.
No,
shout out to her trying to have a nigga kids.
No, I'm speaking on, you know how women talk. Like, you know how women talk. A single woman will be like, oh my God, he fine. Oh my God, I just want him to have my baby. So,
I want him to have my babies. Good Lord, she gonna impregnate him.
Yeah, like, I want to get him kids. That's how fine.
Whoa, you getting out of hand now.
I'm just playing.
I'm about to poke this motherfucker.
Playing.
We about to cut this episode off.
No, and not trying to be disrespectful to you.
You know, I'm just playing, girl.
But what I'm saying is,
you see this? You think I'm tripping?
That's why I don't find nobody.
They don't call me Blake the Great for nothing.
No, I just, I don't get uncomfortable. That's what I'm trying. I don't get uncomfortable because it's just like people are beautiful. Women are beautiful. Men are handsome. I mean, the same way I would think or look at a man and say, oh, he's handsome, would be the same way I'll say that woman is gorgeous, body banging, sexy as hell. It's the same thing. But I'm not saying, oh my God, I think we should bring her back to the house.
See, this is the thing though. Okay, so how do you, I know people who won't bring certain people around because they be like, hell no, I ain't bringing that bitch around my dude, or I ain't bringing my dude around that bitch.
So now that's a different thing, because if you know somebody who is naturally flirtatious or can be disrespectful to your relationship, you don't bring them around. Like, you don't bring them around. Regardless of if I know my husband, I know my wife, they ain't gonna do nothing crazy or disrespectful, but you don't want to be disrespected by somebody else towards your relationship or your marriage. So you don't bring them around, or they getting their ass beat.
Watch that cord, you keep stuffing it in there.
Yeah. So.
But I've seen some people really struggle with that. Me personally, I'm just the person that's like, and I could be the person that, I just have that type of feeling about myself and that confidence in myself,
as
where I'm
should.
just like, some people didn't even tell me like, bro, you crazy. You don't never give a woman that much credit. She'll do whatever. But I just be like, yeah, whatever. Like, I ain't tripping. If she gonna do it, she gonna do it regardless of what I do, what I look like, how much money I give her, how much money I don't, how much I blow her back, or whatever. If she gonna do it, she gonna do it. Yeah. Like, so I be like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know it's people out here where she may look and, like, I think she think he's attractive. Like, like you could tell by like, or like TV, like certain superstars or certain, like I remember she used to talk about D-Wade like crazy. And I used to be like, all right, when I see him, I'm gonna fuck him up. Like, but like,
he was my favorite player.
Yeah, my favorite player, my ass.
My favorite player.
Yeah, like, and it's like stuff like that, like, but it's just like I'm just been that type of person. Like, I've grown out of those stages where I get jealous or I let things like that affect me. But aside from that, the reason why I was saying that is because some of these silhouette challenges are crazy. Like, crazy. And you got some chicks that ain't got nothing to lose. They ain't got no man to answer to. And they Instagram models or whatever it may be. And they going hard. And you'll see some of you be like, oh my God. Like, I don't even want it in my phone. Because it's like, why is this even possible? I seen the one chick, she watched it. And she act like she was going to do one. And then she stopped and she was like, girl. She was talking about another chick's busted challenge. She was like, now you need to get this shit off the internet. My boyfriend be on this goddamn internet and he can see this shit. Like, some of these women are just out of control.
So do you feel bad for what? Like, not feel bad. Do you feel, well, yeah, I guess that's the right way. Do you feel bad for watching them?
No.
Okay, I'm going to say because you shouldn't. Because it's just like I was
Well, like
bringing
you
up.
said, I watch porn and everything else.
Exactly. So that's why I was going to say that. I was like, because you watch porn, we, go to strip clubs and stuff like that. So it's just kind of like, I can't be like, I don't want you watching a busted challenge, or I don't want you looking at IG models and stuff like that. Granted, that's your phone. You do it. I have to just be trusting of knowing that you ain't about to do nothing stupid or disrespectful.
For sure. I mean, I ain't no disrespectful cat anyways. So I always play my hand correctly. But, I just, with the whole wave of everything that's going on, like every other week it's a new one coming out.
Yeah.
You had the Big Bank one or whatever.
Mm-hmm. The Crybaby.
The Crybaby challenge. You had the Body challenge. You had the it's just, they come out every other week and you just be like, what? But I think the Silhouette challenge kind of took the cake. Because it's some chicks that's like full blown naked. And then there's some chicks that they even had people that was out there that learned how to edit and take the red filter away to see what was really going on. And I'm like, wow, number one, you a creep if it's that serious.
Think, you know what? And I think I look at it as, because a lot of times these challenges women have learned to bring out the sexiness in themselves that they didn't know they had. And it come with a lot of these challenges, like the Silhouette challenge and stuff like that. Women are now becoming more comfortable with their bodies outside of looking at a lot of these models, IG models who's getting their bodies done. So they're becoming more comfortable doing these challenges and being, embracing their sexiness. Because I look at the Silhouette challenge and I be like, damn, that she looks really good. Her body silhouette is really, really nice. Even down to when men are doing it too. And then I've seen couples do it, which I'm like, oh, that's sexy.
So you out here watching men's silhouette challenges too, huh?
I'm watching them all. You can see
silhouettes will fool you. You can see what?
You can see everything.
What you talking about?
I'm talking about the silhouette.
The silhouette of what?
The physique. Am I saying it right? The physique of a man's body.
What part are you looking at? What silhouettes? What?
No,
what shadows are you looking for?
Not looking at that shadow.
Oh,
I'm talking about the biceps.
Because if I stand up on the wall, I look about 6'3". So a lot of that shit is fake.
Oh my God, you so funny.
But shout out to everybody that's out there having fun, enjoying.
Yes, enjoy it, have
doing
fun,
those,
embrace your sexiness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you listen, if you are above 30 and you can still drop it and bust it and your knees don't hurt, drop a bomb. Kudos to you.
Yeah, because there's some out there that's getting down. It's just, well, you had knee surgery, so
yeah, but
that's sports life.
That's sport. Well, I had knee surgery, but then when you have kids, you start dropping. So now I'm like dropping it where I'm not like, oh my God. So now
sure.
I'm like, listen, I'm just thinking,
you
about to
practicing.
do the buzz it and
she must have been. See, now I know when she in that bathroom for 45 minutes every morning, she in there practicing.
I am.
Yeah, that's what she in there doing.
Getting ready for Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day is not here yet, but it's around the corner for sure. It is around the corner.
But yeah, so
I just can't wait to see what other challenges they come out with.
We gonna do the busted and the silhouette challenge together. Well, not the I don't want to do the silhouette challenge, but
yeah, it's a little.
I want to do the busted challenge because a lot of couples, like Ace Hood and his wife, did it, and it was so cute.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I only seen a couple of them.
I've seen a lot of couples do it, and I loved it.
Right.
Because that's how it should be.
For sure. And I mean, if
you're married or something.
And I don't knock people who don't, but I mean, more power to them too. If they, if your girl at home and she doing that for you on the regular and she putting it out to the world, I feel like it's different compared to if your girl ain't. If your girl is giving the world stuff that she ain't giving you, then that's when it's a problem for me. That's when I be like, nah, hell no. That's when I feel like it shouldn't be.
I'm just embracing my little jiggle.
All right. Jiggle on there.
I know. You be liking it.
I'm a gigolo. What that song was? Damn, I can't think of it. Let me not sing it because they may cut our episode off of me singing that song and stuff. But this was fun. Yeah. This was a good episode.
Yeah, it was.
We talked about a lot of stuff that's going on right now. And I know we got people who we want to get on the episodes coming up. So I'm gonna be having some co-hosts coming in, different guests and stuff coming in. And then I'm gonna put a video up too, because some people, I just want to see how y'all interact. So I'm gonna put a little challenge out there of my own, where I just want people to just make like a quick video of, I'm gonna pick a random topic, probably like 3 minutes or something, and you just talking, just keeping interest, make us laugh, because then I want the $1 Million Dose family to vote on who they like. So
what guest they vote to come on the show?
Yeah, the first best guest to come on the show. So I really need y'all to really put in on that, because y'all, it's some of y'all that comment a lot, that comment and share and all that, and it's some that don't. Because I know it's a lot of secret watchers out there. Y'all secret watchers, subscribe and follow. Don't be ashamed. It's okay. It's okay to like good content.
Yeah,
it's all right. We love all y'all.
It's only getting better.
For sure. It's going to keep getting better. This episode 3, we had us a good time. We going to end it out here. This was good. Mm-hmm. Since we talk about challenges and all that, we going to finish it out. And since she talked all that mess about silhouettes and busted challenges, she about to go get her busted challenge on. But we had a good time, y'all. It's episode 3, and of course we're gonna leave y'all with some good tunes, and we out. We love y'all. Stay safe. Make sure y'all share, like, subscribe, comment, follow, all that other good shit.
Support.
Just support, And also, we still doing that. Best comments about the episode, we got free merch for you. We got a hat coming your way. One of the $1 Million Dose hats. And we get more colors in, so if you don't see the color you want, don't stray away. We got more colors coming in soon. So enjoy. Stay safe. Stay warm. And we out.
See you next week.
Can't bite my tongue, say what I please. Diamonds dancing up my sleeve. Dropped out school just ain't for me, but I still know my ABCs. Pills of X, got O's and P's. Catching plays, you catching Z's. Trapping out the double tree, just counted up like 40 G's. Ace of spades, let's have a toast. That's $1 Million Dose. Run up bands and do the most. Still breaking bread with all my folks. Jewels every time I spoke. Zaza every